What is media? Media is understood as a way of communicating. It offers simple answers to complex issues through the internet, television, radio, and the newspaper. Although media can be accurate, it is also distorted to appeal to a certain audience. The media can serve for both good and bad. It lets people know what is happening in the world and keeps an audience informed. But the moment we rely on an outlet to deliver us the news, we become susceptible to receiving false or altered information. One thing that can be agreed on is that the media has a biased agenda that can be influenced in many ways to affect the viewer's opinion.
In the United States, the government guarantees freedom of the press. This is intended to keep the government from influencing the media, but that also means that the government cannot fund the media. That leaves the media trying to survive as a business. So what tools does the media have to obtain revenue? One is to obtain the scoop. The media has a natural inclination towards providing fast and accurate news. After all, that is what people who buy the newspaper or log into a news website look for. However, seeking to provide instant news can decrease the reliability of the information, as was the case in the 2000 election when Fox News reported too early that George W. Bush had won the election before it was confirmed. A second way is through reporting scandals. Of course, reporting scandals is important for the public and social good. However, reporting on scandals can distort the public's impression on a specific field, whether it is politics or social issues. Anytime there is a plane crash, we hear about it, giving the wrong impression that cars might be safer. Sensationalizing one issue can push aside other important issues that might not be as attractive or that might be just as important but complex. Also, people can find the type of news that suits them best through the many outlets that exist. Most of these outlets, however, are controlled by about 6 large corporations, which in turn limits the real amount of sources of this information.
One example of media distortion is the refugee crisis in Germany. The crisis started in 2013 when a significant number of refugees started seeking asylum in Europe, when the Islamic terrorist group ISIS took advantage of the political instability and spread terror throughout the Middle East. With about 3 million refugees coming to Germany, the crime rate has increased, with over 200,000 crimes being committed by refugees in 2015. The role of media distortion comes into play because most German news outlets are biased to protect these criminals and downplay their crimes, or don't report them at all. According to André Scholz, the head of the criminal police, the statistics on crimes committed by refugees are highly underreported, with up to 90% of cases not showing up on official statistics available to citizens. A German newspaper leaked some of these secret statistics and quoted a high-ranking police official stating that there are strict instructions from the top not to report offenses committed by refugees. Only 3 of more than 100 cases of rape committed by refugees in 2016 received media attention, one of them being a 79-year-old woman getting raped by a refugee from Eritrea. But even in cases where the media reports crimes committed by refugees, they will describe the perpetrators using vague terms such as dark-skinned or of Southern heritage. All of this is probably an effort to make refugees be seen more favorably by Germans. However, the extreme bias is actually leading to most people getting more frustrated and less trusting in not only the media, but their entire country.
Another example of media distortion concerning migrants is the biased portrayal of Trump by liberal media outlets such as CNN. A major element of his campaign was the deportation of illegal immigrants in the United States, which many sources distorted as him saying he wants to deport all people of Mexican descent. Overall, the 2016 election was covered by the media in an extremely biased manner on both sides. This led to many unobjective news reports, such as Fox News accusing Hillary Clinton of wanting to allow late-term abortions for any reason, or online sources, such as Now This, editing videos of Trump to twist his words. This is a specific example of media bias becoming dangerous, since many people will believe anything their favorite news outlet states, and will vote accordingly. But it's not the first time that media has affected the perception of a political figure.
As mentioned before, the media is a business, and like many businesses, they often pursue their own private agenda. This is why it can be argued that they don't always show you both sides of the story. Many times, the media can be easily bought out in hopes of pursuing a wealthy agenda. Like everything else, the more money you have, the more influence you will have to a news outlet no matter what genre. One great example of how the media can be bought out is in Pablo Escobar, the drug lord who was responsible for the enormous amounts of cocaine being produced in Colombia and who ushered in an era of mega violence in the early 1980s. This man was able to convince an entire country that the origins of his wealth were from a successful taxi business. Not only that, but during his campaign for a seat in the Colombian Senate, he used the media to turn him into a saint, painting him as a successful entrepreneur that built homes for the poor out of the goodness of his heart. In reality, Pablo Escobar was the most ruthless drug lord of his time, cashing in over $2.4 million a week in the height of his power, and ordering politicians, journalists, and judges to be assassinated just so that he could escape justice. This phenomenon still puzzles experts to this day and shows just how powerful the influence of the media can be, especially when you have the money to make them say whatever you want.
We believe that the best way to solve this issue is through the power of self-education. We must all take it upon ourselves to become as well-versed in any subject as possible. If we believe everything the media says, then we are no more than just puppets being manipulated into thinking whatever they want us to think. The best thing to do while listening to the media is to think critically and ask ourselves, how much of this is true? Is this in any way biased? And what is my opinion on this matter? This not only creates a higher level of thinking, but it paves the way into a new train of thought that allows us to form better opinions. We can do all this through the use of the internet and other media outlets. It's best to be as diverse as possible, so sticking to one media outlet can be a little dangerous. Get a second opinion and see what other outlets are saying about the same topic so that you can have a clear understanding of the entire situation. Use the internet to find out things that the media might not want to say or advocate for. There are dozens of resources that allow you to fully understand the issues going on in today's world.
In result, as good as the media may sound, not all information given is accurate. An individual shouldn't be quick to judge or assume what they view on any products of media is correct, but also you should take the advantage to research on your own whether it's accurate or inaccurate.